Hello, hello, everybody. How are we doing today? I hope you guys are having a great day. I am live over here on YouTube. Hoping I set everything up correctly. Give me 2 seconds here. I want to grab a hat right here. I forgot to throw my hat on. Guys, I normally use StreamYard when I go live on YouTube, but today I thought I would just use regular YouTube. I'm hoping that everything is correct. So anyway, I'm going to double check over here to make sure that everything is where it's supposed to be and all that kind of stuff. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Let's see. Gotta find YouTube on my iPad. What the heck? So if you're just hopping on, say hello. Hello, Cindy. How are you doing? How are you? Do. So make sure you say hi. I think today what we're going to do is we are going to work on an essential stencil project here, which is totally cool. Like I said, I hope that I don't see myself over here. Well, Cindy's on here, so I must be in the right spot. So anyway, yesterday I got my beach bundle stencils from Essential Stencils right here. Okay, so I think we're going to work on these a little bit and go through and do a couple of these. They've got some really cute ones. I really like this welcome right here. You've got welcome, and then you have the different things there that you can put for accent on there, which is totally cool. And it also even comes with some nice little transfers and stuff to put on there. It's a pretty nice little set right there. But we are going to go through and we're going to attempt to do this guy here. Okay, this little scene here, I think it's really cool, and I thought we would just try to do it. I mean, why the heck not? Hello, Miss Jeannie. That's what I thought I would work on today, because like I said, they came in the mail yesterday, and I was kind of excited to start them. So here we go. Now this is a layered stencil. If you haven't done the layered stencils, they're not hard. They're nice because Essential Stencil has put these little plus marks on here so that you're able to reline up all of your stuff fairly easily on there. I'm going to leave this sit here just so I kind of watch it. But see the little plus marks? And we just keep lining those up there. You guys, I'm going to hit my do not disturb. Of course, I didn't hit it before I went on. So let's hope that doesn't mess anything up here. Make sure we're still going. So looks like we are. Okay, so let's get started here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this board white. Okay, I had something on this side, so we're going to start on this side right here. So here we go. See, I'm just going to paint this one white right here for the background. And then we'll dry that a little bit. It's funny, when I put paint on, a lot of times I either don't put enough or I put too much. And hopefully we're good here. Hoping I didn't get too much on here. So, nope, it looks like we're going to be okay. So, exciting stuff. You guys, today is the Take 5 YouTube hop. In my description is everyone's links that's going on today. Up after me is our friend Jeannie from Jeannie's Palette. You know, I would love it if you go over and check her out when I am all done and see what she has for us today. A lot of us do pre-recorded on the top, YouTube day. I've done that in the past. I was going to do it today, but I'll be quite honest with you. I worked over this morning, and I didn't have time to get the pre-recorded done, and I was so tired I just wanted to go to sleep. So we didn't do the pre-recorded ourselves here. Okay, so now I'm going to dry this a little bit. There's Jeannie's palette. Should be up after me. Cindy's saying hello to everybody. So right before me was Wendy from Simply Bewitching Crafts by Wendy. She had a video on, so make sure you go back and check that out if you'd like. So I can't figure out why I can't pull myself up over here. You guys can all see me, right? Try that. I'm gonna see. That's weird. Strange. Must not know what I'm doing. Oh well. Crazy Maisie. Crazy, crazy. I don't know. Craziness. So, just get this dry a little bit. Now, I'm going to use some blues and some aquas. See how in this picture right here? I think this will be cool. My mom will probably like this in her camper down there in Florida. So, and what's also nice about these stencils is not only does it have the plus up there, but it actually says layer 1. So you know which one to use first and which one to use last and stuff like that. Now, we talk about a lot. We have a group, you guys, called Take 5 411. And we do have a free workshop coming up. So check out Take 5 over on the notification link for you. That is weird. That is strange. Anyway, we do have a group over on Facebook called Take 5. We would love it if you go over and check out that group. And amongst that group, we have a couple extra things that we do. We have a group called Take 5, which is the 411 group, and it is a business group where we help teach, you know, a lot of things. It's a paid subscription group, but where we teach a lot of things that go on for our businesses and stuff. And we have a fun 3-day workshop coming up in June. I believe it's the 9th, the 11th, and the 13th. I'm pretty sure. That's going to be played. You have to register for that, but that's going to be played over in our Take 5 for your business. But you're going to learn a lot of ins and outs. It's kind of touches the surface on the things that we do in our Take 5 411, which we show you different things like learning how to go live over on YouTube right here. Things like with Canva, things to grow your business and stuff like that. So if you're interested in anything like that, please let me know. Okay, so that says layer 1. Okay, I'm going to just make a little mark, or a real dark mark. I made that really dark, but that's okay. And I'm just going to put a little plus right there. All right. Then one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of tape and I'm going to cover those up right here. And the reason I'm going to cover them up is because I don't want to stencil those. All right, so now we are looking at, I'm going to look at this as we go because I don't want to mess this up any. Actually, I'm going to pull this out, and I want to show you Essential Stencil. If you check out my link tree, my code to get a percentage off. Wow. My code came in to get my code to get a percentage off is Funky Junk, all one word. But anyway, this is really nice because it kind of can tell you what colors you're going to do each one. Okay, see how they kind of draw it out there? We're going to just follow along and do it just kind of like how it shows it on there. So it shows me that I need to use like a light blue. I'm going to use this Sky Mist. Okay, and it looks like we need a brown. So let's grab a brown right here. And I think I'm going to just go ahead and use Burnt Umber. All right, so now I'm going to grab me a plate here real quick. When you're stenciling, you want to use a thicker paint. The thinner the paint, you can use a thin paint, but you've got to be careful, you know, to really, really, really make sure that you have offloaded really well, okay? I like to use chalk paint a lot of times when I'm stenciling, but you can use regular acrylic paint. Just make sure that it's you offloaded real well and things. So, guys, words are hard today. Okay, I just held that down a little bit. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to get my stencil brush. I'm going to put some paint on there. Way too much paint. See that? Yay, Cindy. Yay. I look forward to seeing you over there. I'm going to work my paint up into my bristles. See that? Up in the bristles. Okay, and then you could take a paper towel and just kind of touch on the paper towel to make sure you got it all cleaned off, right? And another thing, when you're doing a big area like this, see, I can grab paint and I can just go right here in the center, and then as I get it offloaded, I can move up into here. You guys, that paint, look how light that is. I can't hardly see it. I'm going to turn this around, and I don't know, I think I might want to grab just a tish darker. Okay, there's not very much paint in that. It's just a little too light, I think. That's pretty much the same color. Let's try it though. Let me see if it's just a little, look at that, they're pretty close to the same. But this one does show up just a little bit better. See that? See, I can see that a little better. Okay. Does it matter? No. I probably could have used the light one and it would have been fine. But with my lighting for this live video, I could not see what I was doing. So we are going to do this right here. Anyway. So I hope everybody's having a fantastic Friday. I don't have to work the weekend. That's exciting. Still working on our kitchen and stuff. Our countertops finally have come in, but they are, they're not going to get them put in until June 14th. So my kitchen's a mess. But that's all right. Okay, so I need to do these guys here blue. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of take this piece of cardboard here just to keep myself from putting the paint where I don't want it. Okay, and then we're going to come right up through here, right here. So I think the stencil is so pretty. And it's fun. It would be fun, not necessarily, you don't have to do this kind of for a beach house. You kind of think of it as a beach thing, but this would work for like on a lake or something like that too, you know? Okay, now I'm going to go to my brown and we're going to do the center of our boat. And then we need to do our sand, okay? So here we go at the center of our boat. Again, I'm going to lay that right there. Just like that. Okay, so we have that, and then we have all of this down here is going to be a light brown. So let's grab a sandy color. These are almost empty. Classic caramel and light mocha. I'm going to go with the light mocha and see if we've got enough in here. What you could do if you don't have like a light brown or something like that. Thin paint explains my struggle with stencils. Thank you for that. Oh, you're welcome, Jeannie. Yeah, the thicker the paint, the better. If you do use the thin paint, like this paint right here is pretty thin. Okay, really work it up into your brush, or even if you're using like a makeup wedge or something like that to stencil with, make sure you offload quite a bit with that. See, I'm offloading here so it's very thin. It's better to have to add more paint to your project than to have so much on there that you have bleed through. But a lot of times you don't think that it's covering, and when you lift up your stencil, it's covering a lot more than you think it is. So give it, give yourself grace, put your coat on, and then kind of, see, you can pick up your stencil and kind of look to see if it's showing up real good or not, So, anyway, I think, we'll add some accents when we're done with this. We may go in with some salt wash and add some texture to the sand, but we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see here what we decide on. Because I really like the YouTube thing. I like going live over here. It's there's so many funky things that's been going on with Facebook and changes and stuff like that, and I'm starting to, the YouTube thing is really starting to grow on me. So you'll probably see me live over here quite a bit more. Probably go do both places like I have been. Normally I use StreamYard. I didn't today because I'm just rattling. Okay, now see how my light is just kind of spotty? It's okay because it's sand, right? That's by design. Okay, so I'm going to pull this off. I'm going to set those right there. I'm going to keep these guys because I'll do it on the next stencil. Okay, so I'm going to take this off. All right, so we're done with that one. That's layer one. I'm going to just lay it right down here. I'm going to go ahead and grab my dryer and dry this a little bit. And the reason that I'm going to dry it is because when I go to lay another stencil on top, I don't want it to stick to the back of my other stencil and possibly, pull some paint up or put some paint where you don't want it or whatever. Now, my bridges here, we could fill those in if we wanted to. You don't have to. You could use a little brush, or you could take your stencil brush and go over it. It's your decision on those. I don't normally worry about them. Okay, so now number two, I believe is this one. Let's look at it and see. Yeah, layer two. Okay, so all I need to do is put this where those pluses are. Okay, and that should line it up real good. Now you can look down and see if you're lined up real good or not, because you might have a pencil might be off a little bit, But see, right in here, I can tell I'm sitting right where those waves and all that kind of stuff is. Okay, again, I'm going to tape it down just a little bit, just so it doesn't move. And then I'm going to put these over the pluses. I mean, there's no stenciling up here, so I probably won't have any trouble. But just to make sure that I don't have any issues and stuff. Okay, now this part here is kind of like just a little bit darker of the blue. Now, we can do a couple things. We can grab a darker blue. Like I think this would be pretty. It is called Blue Fog, to put into here, and you know, the accents here and things like that. And then this is like the darker sand color. I'm just kind of looking over here to see. This is kind of shadowed of the boat, so I think we'll use this one right here for the blue. Guess I'm just gonna put it right there on top of where I was. Right there. Just gonna grab another stencil brush. A lot of times I'm just gonna use the same brush. A lot of times I'll just grab the same color of brush and or the brush I just used and just use it again. No biggie. Okay. So here we go. I like to go in a circular motion, but you do you on that, however you feel comfortable. It's the way I learned to stencil, so that's how I usually do it. So right there. So you guys have some fun plans for the weekend, or are you just kind of hanging out at the house? My daughter, who is Miss Craft Fair now, I don't think she has a craft fair this weekend, believe it or not. She was down at one yesterday, and that looks like that moved a little bit on me, but maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. So just try to, you know, get all your spots here. So my husband has to work tonight. We work third shift. But tomorrow, I think he's going to go over to his mom's. I think I might go over to my mom's. And, you know. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is actually, they did this in this blue too, right here. I'm just kind of looking at how they did it because, you know, it just makes it easier just following along, right? Just like that right there. Like that. Okay. So we've got that. We've got that. Now we need to do a little bit of a darker than the sand color, but not quite as dark as the brown color there. So I think what I might do is I'm going to grab this. All right. And well, actually, let's do this real quick here. Let's see. Hey, Mary, how you doing, girl? I think I'm just going to grab some of this right here and a little bit of that. I'm just going to go over here and I'm just going to kind of mix it a little bit. Because I think I want it a little bit darker, but not too much darker. Let's grab a little more brown. See that? I'm not going to need much because these aren't real big areas. And like I said, a lot of times your what you think is not covering actually is covering a lot better than what you think. There we go. And here we go. And we'll look and see what this looks like when I lift this up and make sure that it actually is a little bit darker. Because like I told you, sometimes it looks like it's not and it is. So, just see if it's working as kind of like a shadow. It's kind of like this, oops, I got blue up in the sky. Or I mean I got brown up in the sky. It's kind of working as a, you know, a shadow of the shells laying in the sand and stuff. Okay, let's check that out and see if that actually came out a little bit darker. It did. See that? See how it came out just a little bit darker? So that's good. That's awesome. So we've got that one done. I'm going to take my tape off again. Again, I only put it across the crosses so that when I am stenciling, I get a little willy-nilly and crazy sometimes, and I don't want to go across the crosses. Okay, but see how this is coming out so far? Look at that. These stencils just make life so easy. They make it look like, you know, they just make it look like you can paint and draw. Very easy. You'd get a pretty little background going, and then you just stencil over the top of it, and it just makes a wonderful looking project. Central Stencil makes it very easy to have beautiful things. Now this is layer 3 right here. It says layer 3. Again, I'm going to just line up my X's or pluses or whatever you want to call these guys right here. And then I'm just going to kind of look to make sure, see my boat right there? Just to make sure it looks like I'm lined up real good. Okay, and I'm going to put my tape here like this and then cover my crosses so I don't get a little crazy there. Okay, so now on this one, here we go with, let's see, they did the boat like a darker blue yet. They did these guys up here, kind of this color here. So let's go ahead and do that right there. They did it kind of in blues. Now you could do the green and all that kind of stuff, you know, like a regular palm tree would, but I'm just going to follow this. I'll follow along with this just to see if yeah, right here. Okay, I'm just kind of going along the palm trees up here, just looking at what's happening there. Okay, these little guys here, looks like they went back to, I'm gonna have to grab another brush because I used that one with the darker one. I'm just gonna grab a couple more brushes because I need kind of a small brush here. Okay, so they went back to this color here for these like accents in the water. Because remember we laid down the darker blue right there. The size of your stencil brush matters. You don't want to use, like I don't want to use this big huge brush to try to get in these little spots. The bristles are just not going to get in there. And what that's going to cause is it's going to cause you to have issues with not covering very well. And then you're going to push real hard and you're going to get super frustrated, and it's just not going to work out the way you want it to work out. I did not mean to move my whole stencil, but that's okay. We'll just put it right back where it was. Right. Looks like it was about right there. There we go. So anyway. Okay, now I'm just going to use this brown here, right here, and that's what we're going to do on these guys, the tree trunks of our palm trees. Okay, now what you could do here is we could tape this off, you know, to make it a little easier so you don't get brown where you don't want brown. But I love using these little guys here. It usually works out pretty good for me. Okay, so I got to keep looking back. I'm sorry. So now what we need to do is we have these guys here. Looks like we already did those, but it's wanting us to do them again. So that's okay. So let's grab this guy here. And I'm just going to go back into this paint right here. Okay, we're going to hit those right there. Just like that. Now we need to do this part of the boat right here. And it's going to be an even darker blue. So let's grab, let's grab this kind of bright blue. I mean, heck, why not? Okay, this has not been opened before. I'll show you a little trick here. You twist it like you're tightening it and pull at the same time. See, I already pulled that up. Okay, and that comes off. Easy peasy. All right. Now I'm going to separate my plates here. Okay. That is super bright blue. I'm going to add a little bit of this blue with it, just to tone it down just a little bit. Let me just grab another brush here. Just to lighten it up just a little bit. It's not quite as dark of a blue right there. It's still pretty blue. Still pretty blue. Okay, so I'm going to just grab some of that right there. And now we're going to do the base of our boat. The bottom part of our little boat here, our abandoned boat. Now this is not Gilligan's boat. This is not the USS Minnow. Because this is a rowboat. I used to love to watch that show. I think it came on after school. I feel like it came on like in the afternoon sometime. Okay. Now let's see what this looks like. See what we got going on so far. Oh yeah. Now I see what I was not complaining, but I was saying was I thought I'd already done those, but that just made a shadow is what that ended up doing. Let me show you. 2 seconds here. You get my tape off. We've got one more layer to do. But see my little starfish there? See, I has a shadow now. Okay, but see what we have so far? Kind of cool looking, isn't it? Kind of cool looking. Okay, so now we're going to go into the last layer, which is this guy right here. Okay, let's make sure that's dry real quick. Real quick. Okay. So now I'm going to just put this on. This is layer 4. It says right up there. Okay, I'm just going to put it on my X's, my pluses, my spots right there. I'll look and see if it looks like I'm lined up pretty good. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to tape this down. I'm going to cover these right here. I'm just using the tape over and over again because I can. Okay, so now, oh, we forgot to do the sailboats on the last one. You guys, hold on. Hold on, I'm going to have to take this off. I forgot the sailboats. I forgot the sailboats. Okay, so I'm going to line this guy right back up. Just like this. Here, I'm just going to kind of look. And I didn't do this down here either. Holy cow. Holy moly. What color was this down here? This was the darker blue. this color of blue. But I feel like we already did this dark blue. Yeah, we had already done that dark blue. So let's see. Let's go an even darker blue than this is right here. So how are we going to do that? We're going to take that and I'm going to wipe this off a little bit. I'm going to take that color. I'm going to add some brown to it. I mean, why not? You know, we'll see what it looks like. It might be too browny, but we'll just add some more of the blue to it. Just like that. I just need it to be a darker of the blue. I'm going to grab some more brown. You know, just kind of getting it different shades of the same color. Does that make sense? Okay, so we're going to grab that. I'm going to grab some here. Let's see what it looks like over here. It doesn't look bad. It looks kind of like a gray color. That'll work. That will work. And I'm going to do these. I'm going to go over these again. Because you just kind of want it to be shadowed on there. All right, so there's that. Okay, and I needed to do my sailboats. And they are white. I have white paint right here. Just like that. I lost everybody. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, so that's... There's too much paint on my brush. Way too much paint on my brush. We're just going to go across our sailboats right here. Our beautiful sailboats sailing in the ocean or the lake or whatever it may be. Okay, so now that's better. Okay, so see the contrast down here? See our sailboats? Okay, so now I definitely need to dry those. And we'll go back to stencil 4 because we messed up there. It's okay. It's definitely okay. Make sure those are good and dry. Right there. Because I'm going to tell you what, I have been having trouble lately. Everything I've been doing has not been working out the way that I want it to work out. I don't know what the dealio's been, but goodness sakes alive. Okay, so up here on the palm trees, I'm not going to worry about that. Actually, cover that one. Right here, up here on the palm trees, because they did the palm trees kind of blue, I'm going to take that stencil brush that I did this kind of funky gray right here with, this kind of grayish blue right here, and that's what I'm going to do the palm trees with right here, the accent on the palm trees. So it'll kind of pull in what we were doing, what we did down here. Okay. Alright, well, that's okay because I just have those little lines there. Just like that. Right there. Alright. Now I'm going to come over here and do this one. Just like that. And then this one right here. Okay. Alright, so now let's see what color is the bottoms of the boats. They are kind of, actually they were using a little bit of this blue right here, but I think I'm just going to use this same gray here for the bottoms of our sailboats right there. Just like that. And then an accent on this, I'm going to use white. And then we're going to use something to line those. Okay, so I'm going to grab some more white right here. Oh, way too much paint. Way too much paint. This is kind of big of a brush to be using right here, but there we go. Now these right here. Now, because I use such a dark color for the tree trunks and stuff like that, instead of going darker, I'm going to just go a little bit lighter. Okay, I'm just going to go a little bit lighter so that that's a little accent on there. Okay, just like that. So instead of shadowing darker, I'm just shadowing a little bit lighter. Look at that. I dribbled paint on my stencil right here. Probably came off the bottom of my little thing. Just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to kind of do the same thing with my oars right here. I'm just going to do them this lighter color. Right there. Okay, I think we got everything. Let's see what this looks like, you guys. There we go. Oh, that looks pretty good. Doesn't look too terribly bad. Hold on 2 seconds. Let me pull my tape off of here. Right there. Okay, one thing I want to do real quick is I'm going to fill in this spot and this spot. I don't normally fill in my whatever these are, my bridges, but in this case I feel like they need to be filled in. So I'm just kind of, I offloaded on my paintbrush too, and I just kind of put that in there. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty good. Fun little scene there. Now, what are we going to do about our little X's up there that we have? Look at that, you guys. I'm just getting stuff everywhere. It's because I didn't wipe my brush off. There we go. We can just take our pencil and we can just erase that up there because it's a pencil. It's on paint, and this one's I pushed too hard. So I can erase that there, but then I can take my white stencil brush and I can just kind of fill that in a little bit instead of wiping across. Just kind of fill that in a little bit. Now, I want to do some accenting here. I was thinking about putting a little bit of salt wash down here just to add some texture, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay, but one of the things I know I want to do is I kind of want to, this is so stark white along here, I'm just going to take my brush that has the blue on it, okay? And I'm going to go down the blue. I'm going to stop about right there, and I'm just kind of hitting this so that it's not so white. You know what I mean? So that it's not like, I don't know, I just want it to be a little blended a little bit. Okay, so there was that blue. This blue would be a little too much, but I can come back over here and grab some of the lighter blue. Okay. Now, you could also do this with like a chippy brush or something like that, but I'm just going to use what I've got already dirty. And I'm just kind of pulling some of these colors up here. See, this is kind of pulling the boat color up here at the top a little bit. That wasn't my intent to go that way. But I just kind of blending so it's not just so stark white, okay? Because that will drive me crazy. Now I'm going to take this sand color And I'm going to do the same thing down here up to about where the sand is. Okay, just to kind of blend it a little bit. Just so it, I don't know, I just think it would look better. It looks better that way. Just like that. All right, now one of the things that I am going to do is, you know how I always like to frame in my project. See how that's just not quite so white? Okay, I think I'm going to frame it in with some black or some dark brown here. This, what's this called? This burnt umber. I'm just going to take my stencil brush and I'm going to kind of work the paint off of here. I don't want a lot of paint on my brush, all right? And I'm just going to kind of go in here and just kind of frame this in. And that will make it so that you are looking, your eye gets drawn to the center of your project rather than, you know, that's why we do use picture frames. You know, it draws your eye to the subject of the picture rather than, you know, your eye just kind of wandering. Gosh, I can't even talk today. Okay, just kind of framing it in is what I'm trying to say, and it's not coming out quite right. I think this is fun. I think this stencil is a fun little stencil. This would be cute at a lake house or, like I said, on the beach. You know, if you had a sunroom that you had nautical type things in or something like that, this would probably be kind of cool. You see that? I think that looks kind of neat. It looks pretty cool right there. I love the sailboats floating up here, and I like all the different colors of blue. I think that's pretty awesome, you guys. Okay, so we did that one. Something I wanted to do also is, I really wanted to do that welcome, but I don't think we have time. But we can do a couple of these small guys right here. These little guys right here. Okay, do those on little boards. I'm just going to sit this back here on the floor behind me, and I'm going to grab 3 little boards. Hold on 2 seconds while I do that. Right here. I have these 3 boards here. Now let's pick 3 pretty nautical colors to put these on. Okay, so let's pick out a turquoise color. Let's pick out a let's go with that. Let's go with that blue, that fun blue right there. Right there, there, and there. And then how about like a seafoam green type of color? Okay, so I'm going to paint these real quick, and then we'll just stencil on them. Let me grab a paintbrush. Okay, I'm not going to worry about my sides because we're running out of time, but, and I'll come back in and do the sides at a later date. But these boards right here are a sign I made a long time ago, and I have a lot of extra paint here, so I just cut them. You guys, you have old signs, or you have, you know, this I made probably 10 or 15 years ago. One of the things that became popular in our town, there for a little while, there was a shop that you could go and make a sign with. And what they did is they used like a big vinyl machine, and they cut you out some, I've got plenty of that paint hanging out over here. They would cut it out, and then you would paint it. And usually it was like pieces of wood together, like these are it looks like 1x4s, and then they were all mounted together. Well, over time, you know, the sign got to where, you know, it was obsolete on what it was saying, and it also was warped a little bit. And, you know, because wood, whenever you have wood, wood's going to move. You guys, wood is a living, breathing thing, and it's going to move, and sometimes over time things warp. They, you know, they twist and do all kinds of crazy things. You can't help that. So anyway, I tore it apart and I cut up the pieces of wood, sanded them off and cut up the pieces of wood, because the sign had been sitting down, had just been sitting downstairs waiting on me to do something with it. And I decided, you know what, I did this just a couple weeks ago. I'm going to take this apart, and it's probably been more than a couple weeks ago, and just cut these up into small pieces and use them for new signs, right? So don't ever forget to, when something gets outdated, something gets to where you don't like it anymore, or whatever the case may be, sand it off and redo it. Even like your pictures and your paintings and different things like that from the stores, you can kind of do the same thing with. You don't have to just be like a wood sign. It could be something, you know, you bought, a canvas even, that you bought somewhere. You can paint over that, you know. That's where you can get a bunch of different surfaces like that. Okay, so see, we have these 3 awesome, cool looking colors. Let's try those real quick. And I have a big blob of paint right here. Like I said, I'll go do the sides here in a second. How are we doing on time? We got 8 minutes. I can't wait to use my set. It's been delivered, but you're not home. Oh, Jeannie. Yes, you guys, I wasn't reading the comments. I am so sorry. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Jeannie. This was, yes, they just had released a bundle. I don't know what you call them. I can't think right. But like a nautical bomb or a beach coastal. It was coastal. A coastal bundle. And this is from the coastal bundle. So, that's what this is from. Anyway. And I just got them, I don't know, gosh, a couple days ago, I think. And I've been wanting to get them out and use them. And I thought this was a good time to do that. So, you guys, anybody that's on here that doesn't know what we are Take 5. We have a bunch of collaborators that we do things together every other Friday. We go live on, basically twice a month. We go live over here on YouTube. The other Fridays we are over on Facebook. The rest of the week we're over on Facebook doing different things and stuff like that too. There's a lot of fun stuff going on in that group. A lot of fun changes coming up in our group with things. So stay tuned for some of that. But I'd love it if you go over to Facebook and join Take 5. You'll get to see stuff going on all the time in there. So lots of fun stuff. Okay. Oh my gosh, here we go. This saying my mom would love. It says, "The ocean fixes everything." My mom is a beach person. This one says, "Life's a beach, enjoy the waves." Right there. Look at that one. This one right here. Look at this. Now, when I did signs not too long ago like this, what I ended up doing was I was going to show you guys, and I don't think I posted it, but I ended up attaching them so it became one sign. But I mean, you could do it either way. You could attach them, or you can just have them sit different places. You know, like on your coffee table or something like that, or by your tray or whatever, and do them separately. I got a smaller brush because for that white, I was using that big, huge brush. And these are smaller letters. And like I was saying a little bit earlier, is you want to make sure, you know, your brush size does matter. You want it to be able to get down into your little letters and things like that. So that's why I switched over to this. Now, this is such a light color, and I'm putting a light color over the top, when we pull this up, it might be a little too light. We might need to go with a darker color, but we're gonna see what it looks like, okay? See, what I could have done is I could have, like on this one, done this color, and on this one done this color, and then on this one done that color. I could have done something like that too. Okay, but let's see if this white's gonna be okay. Oh my gosh, I can't pick it up. Oh yes, it's fine. See that? It's backwards, you guys. I don't know how to flip my camera over here on YouTube. So, something I gotta figure out. Okay, so here we go. Feels like we need a little bit more white. Not much. Not much. And here we go, right over the top of this blue. Now you could go in and do your letters, you know, maybe do the little starfish and the shells and stuff, like coral or kind of a tan color if you wanted to. But sometimes it's just nice to have your words and all that, you know, just the same color like this. I think sometimes the simplicity of it says everything. Pretty cool, isn't it? I kind of like this. I think this is going to be a fun little thing. And Mom can take them down and put them in her camper. Mom lives pretty much half the year in Florida. So she's always saying, make this for me and send it to me, and make that for me and send it to me. So what I need to do is I need to get it all made. She could take, well, no, she can't. I was gonna say she could just take it with her. She normally drives. It's like a 16-hour drive to where her fifth wheel is, and her and my aunts usually drive. Well, this winter while she was down there, she bought a car down there. So now they can just fly down rather than doing that drive, because that drive's kind of hard on them. My mom's in her upper 70s. You know, I've got one aunt that's, I think she is going to be 87 next month. 85, I can't remember. I think 87. And then my other aunt is, I believe she's almost 90. So that's kind of hard on them to sit in the car and drive like that. So, alrighty, look at that. Isn't that cool? Got like 2 minutes. But see how cool these are? I will go along and do the edges and stuff. But look right there. Nifty. And see, we did that in like 10 minutes. It makes a fun little decor piece. Now, like I said, I will do the edges, but I will also be doing this, again, framing it in, okay? And you can frame in, you don't have to frame in with a darker color. Okay, I'm going to show you on this one. I'm going to frame this in with white. Okay, I'll do that on all of them. But see how that just draws your eye right to the words and stuff. Okay, so we did that one, and we also did this. You guys, up after me is Miss Jeannie's palette. Make sure you go check her out over on YouTube. It's not backwards. Oh, it's backwards for me. Thank you, Mary. Would be cute with nautical rope in between attaching them. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, see, I took those ones and I glued them together like this and hung them. I had talked about putting chains between them. But yes, nautical rope, or even any kind of rope, like this jute right here that's real thick. You know, we could put little eyelets in there. Might do that. We might do that. So anyway, that's what I have for you guys. Go check out Jeannie's palette, and I'll talk to you guys next time. I have no idea how to end this live. So, probably just hit the X maybe? Yes,